Hello, hello. Fixed it. Fixed. However, never know. We got a lot of things going on today. Been a very busy week. It's very interesting. I was not keeping up gaming news in like 20, but 2024 didn't seem super active. It definitely wasn't boring. Didn't seem super active. So, been a busy, very busy week. Things seem fine. Let me know if they don't. All right, all right. I'm very excited. I think the week was a little, while busy, not necessarily satisfying for all, right? There were, there was the Unreal Showcase, mainly centered around for 4, which, while looking cool, as we talked about, uh, not a lot of hope there. Extra backlash over that situation. Interesting to see how that develops next. Did they plan to? But it'll develop. See how that goes. Yeah, I think the big thing. What is the big? Is the PlayStation showcase. Quite boring, if I do say so myself. Um, just watching it, not a whole lot going on. I think they showed some strong items, but not what I'd want. Like I pointed this out to somebody else. I think one of the issues with the PlayStation showcase and with PlayStation in general these days is just that they have lost some of that exclusivity, that PlayStation first party feeling to them. And we had like what, 16? Listen, it is an automated wallpaper scroll. It's not my fault that it only picks the 2B ones. All right. There's like 70 wallpapers in there. Um, no, yeah, I think they've lost some of that exclusivity. And then with the cancellation of like 18 live service products, of which they still showed a few, I think they're just missing out on what used to make their showcases so interesting. I feel like they planned a stronger year than they actually had. But what can you do? Friday was pretty great. Listen, everyone's gonna flashbang you. There's a picture in here that this is also what my wallpaper scroll is. So it goes through all of these. Not all of them. Well, all of them and more on my wallpaper side. Some of these are like WebP, and Streamlabs can't show the WebP. So what do you do? Here you go. Here's a girl's front line. You can see Vepley there jumping through with Mr. Pizza. all the beautiful. See, here's a replicant one. I think there's 3 or 4 of these. But I really like this one. You know, you've got all 3 of them. Emil up here. Now he's gone. I don't know what the slide timer is set on. Oh man. Yeah, yesterday was pretty big news though. Lots of cool things shown. Um some some things I didn't want to see, which we'll talk about. Oh man. I can't imagine who plans some of these games out in advance. You know, like who sits down and says, "Yeah, that'll be a hit. Let's show it in 2025." But most of them look. All right, man. Have fun shopping. Oh, let's get into the list. Stop scrolling through. If I can find this. There it is. All right. Bam. So let's go down the list here. Right. This mixtape game, half and half on. I'm not. I'm not a big '80s guy, out of regards. But I like people. I like people doing things. I think we'll see a lot more '80s content next couple years. We've already been seeing a lot of '80s content. I think it'll start dying out a couple more years. Wildgate. This did look pretty interesting. I like. You'll see this tag here, right? And this is something we're going to see. Have seen across multiple of the showcases so far. The extraction shooter genre, hopping, and it's very strange. Now, I'm not a big extraction shooter guy, but I think there's qualities to it. Yeah, I know a lot of people, but I think what I like about this one is it's less than just or it's more than just jump in, shoot a bunch of things, and then leave with a timer on you. I didn't get to look into it too much, but it does seem like it's got some interesting stuff. You got the space battles, and I'm always a big. I go back and play Battlefront 2 just for the space battles. What else do we have? This one here, I've been seeing this one for like. I mean, it looks interesting, but very similar. Not a big genre I play. Now this one actually looked really cool. I was born. Uh, I believe I've already signed up for my actual account, but this one looks really cool. It is a UE5 game, and you could probably tell that from about like 3 seconds. It's got that tone to it. I'm sure we're all familiar with. But I'm a big MMO guy, and I want to see more interesting MMO ideas. This one, what I've seen so far, feels like a mix of like a Warframe, Souls-like, session-based sort of situation. The more I watch this here, the more it reminds me of Night Rain. That might just be because I've been playing Night Rain every day. But it does look interesting. Definitely gonna check that one out. I don't really care about this. I can't be bothered. Now this one caught my eye. During the showcase, I was very excited. The art style could be a little less cheerful, I guess, but I get what they're going for. And I think, other than the fact that your character is called Tristan, it does look pretty good. I'm very excited to see how they go with it. I want to see more anime games in genres that they didn't typically fall under. You know, I feel like anime games fall under like JRPG, visual novels, gotcha, and I just want to see it expand a bit. So gonna keep an eye on this one too. What else do we have? Don't care about the first Descendant, but I don't really care about this one either. It feels like something that's going to cost way more than it's worth, but you know, I'll keep an eye. This one looked pretty interesting, but it is a horror game, so I'm sure a lot of people will enjoy it. Not me. This one here, the Scott Pilgrim EX. Interesting to see another Scott Pilgrim game. I like the style of it. Probably won't play it. We're gonna jump over Onimusha because it's just Onimusha over Lego Voyagers. I used to play a bunch of Lego games. I remember when they did Lego World Build, or whatever they called it. I bought that on Steam the day it went into early access and played practically every bit of content they had at the time, and then forgot about it completely. I don't even know if it's still active now. Dead. This one looks pretty neat. It's got that Hades feel to it. You know, I don't know if it is the Hades people. Let's take a look. Who did this? Brownies. It is not the Hades people. Oh, it's like a Harvest Moon sort of. Very interesting. But it does look pretty cool. I'd probably check it out. As you can see, it has the anime tag, so I can't skip it completely. Blighted, also interesting. I'm seeing a lot of this art style situation. You know, like the camera is one thing. We've always had quite a few games for this kind of camera style, but it does seem to be getting a little bit of a resurgence since Hades. And then, like, you can see, like, if I go from this one, would you know which one I was showing you if you hadn't seen either of these? Who knows? That's probably not a very good question. You wouldn't know what either. This one, of course, may be the game that makes me actually finish a Resident Evil game again. I have not finished or played a Resident Evil game since 4. But this was a really good trailer. I know Jeff Keighley was very proud of this announcement. This one, it seems like a big drama pit. Just everything going on there. Oh man, I'm very excited to see if this is like a AAA, double A scam, or if this actually comes out and people like it. This one I actually missed the trailer for, but when I was reading a recap, it did look pretty cool. I'm a big fan of medieval strategy games. I wonder if it's anything like what is that game called? There's 2 of them. You know what I'm talking about. If it's anything like that, I'll probably take a look. Now, I have not played Lies of P, so I can't be too excited about the expansion or whatever this is. We'll move on. This one looked interesting. I'm not a big fan of these, like, what do you call them? Social PvP games. But it did look interesting. This one, also very strange. We're going to open this up, get a closer look at it. I like the description. Okay, this caught my eye immediately. Tend your garden, cook your meals, and build your home in this time loop life sim. Tend your garden, days are repeating, and something has started to bloom. Now, it's got the psychological horror tag as the first one. And while I am not a big fan of horror games, I am a bit of a fan of horrific ideas. So I'm very interested in seeing this one come to fruition. You know, like some of these shots look a little basic, but interesting. They remind me of, like, especially this one. They remind me of that set of games we got in the mid 2010s where it was just all like walking around a house hitting E on things as the narrator reads something off. And I know we get plenty of these games already, but this might be one of them. But I'm interested in seeing what's going on. They gave the tomato a rating of B+. That's pretty cool. I think that's for the tomato, right? Yeah, it's a tomato. Strawberries. I don't know what's happening here. And then Mina the Hollower. This one actually does seem like a pretty good idea. You know, it definitely fits with a little of this, you know, Game Boy-esque style resurgence we're seeing as well. I don't know if that's the closest to call this. Oh, it is from the Shovel Knight people. Well, that makes a lot of sense. I'm excited for this. Remember to add it to my list. This one looked interesting. I think it's probably one of the neatest ideas and executions I saw from the showcase. Even though it's probably not something I'd actually play, but I think that's a big part of supporting an industry is recognizing that there are some games you don't care to play, but that are pretty good ideas. And like I want to see, I'll open this up a bit. I want to see how some of this actually plays out. You know, like how well does the felt look when you're actually playing? Like what actually is the gameplay? They haven't set a price. So I think that'll be a big determinant. Now it does say requires a controller. So I'm assuming triggers for heavy punches. Probably no kicking. It is a boxing game. What are those called? The things that aren't the triggers for light punches, and then they'd probably bring in maybe the controls for like other interactions. That's a very generic statement. They'd probably bring in your D-pad for like interesting movements, your thumbsticks, or you know, maybe the right one for aiming punches if they wanted to. I didn't get to see enough gameplay. This is a weird idea. You know, with Kazan, I think Nexon got a little resurgence in player base for Blade and Soul. And so it's interesting to see go on. I have not played Blade and Soul in years. Probably won't jump in just because of this, but it did look cool. You can see here. Like, look at it. It's all spinny and fiery. What's not to like? What else do we have here? This one actually does look pretty interesting. I was a big Quake guy. I played a lot of team-based capture the flag, but I don't think I'll play a bunch of this one to get into. The Wuthering Waves update. I've just started playing Wuthering Waves. You know, and I'm a little tired of the like Genshin style of these gacha games, but Wuthering Waves definitely has some neat ideas. I can't add much here, but good for them. This one's interesting too. I don't know if this is from the Cuphead people. I need to now, but it would match with them. Doesn't seem like it. Now we get into the meat. Okay, Sonic Racing was a crazy announcement. Like who all did they have in here? They had damn Hatsune Miku. They had a couple others. Hurry up. Show Hatsune Miku. Play the audio. Ah, that's loud. There you go. Look at it. It does look cool. It looks much faster than like Mario Kart. I've been watching Mario Kart World gameplay. It looks fairly boring. But I've never been in. Yeah, they got fucking Ichiban in here. Like, who are they talking to? what kind of connections made here? They got Joker, of course. Joker. I think we had a couple Persona wallpapers and that scroll through. And they did they actually have the Minecraft guy? I looked away towards the end of this trailer, and then everyone was spamming Minecraft comments. That might have been a meme. I got memed. See, now this looks cool. Like, I don't know what's happening here, but that looked cool. Oh, there he is. Look, we did it. I didn't get memed on. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, this looks like a fun game. I'm glad it's on multiple consoles. I believe they confirmed it will be cross-platform. A couple games actually got cross-platform confirmations. Really good to see. Like I said, I've been playing Night Rain, and that is not cross-platform. Here we are at another extraction shooter with Arc Raiders. It does look dope. Like I said, they're not my games. This one, though, was really cool to see. When I was describing this to someone who was not watching the trailers, I listed off, Russian, World War II-ish, giant statues, gold, flight women, alien stuff. I just kept going. And they said, I don't think you're talking about anything. I think you're just reading the dictionary. And then when it said Atomic Heart 2, they said, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Now, I have not played Atomic Heart 1 for very long. I did a demo, and I liked it. But at the time, I could play it. But this looked really cool. And then, where's the other one? This one here is what I'm really excited about. I love that Munfish announced, was it 3 things yesterday? Look at this. This, again, I'm interested in RPGs with weird ideas. And this cube just, like, sparked me immediately. Like, what is going on? I just love ideas like I feel like most people don't go too far with them past, like, the indie space. But, it does look like something an indie game would do. Like a 5-man indie team. I don't know how big the team is on it. And it looks like that's how it started here. And then they were like, yeah, that's got potential. And they raised it up. They said, give it a budget. Give those people 3 meatball subs. It's got style. Like a Birdman. Skinned Birdman. All right. Yeah, it looked very interesting. I'm excited to see Munfish kind of get some more stuff going out. I don't remember which one, their other one. They didn't publish. No. Anyway, another Lego game. Code Vein 2. Very excited for. Very exciting. Code Vein is one of those that I, like, when I saw it originally, when it came out? 2019? I was like, this looks like someone had a grand idea with a pretty good artist, but they probably couldn't deliver gameplay wise. And so I sat on it for a while, and then in 2020 I finally played it, and I was kind of blown away. I really enjoyed it, and it made me go play Tales of Berseria. There's another one, Terrestria. I think I played Berseria. So when I saw this yesterday, I was very excited because Code Vein had some really interesting ideas, really interesting world. It reminds me a bit of like a proper Final Fantasy classic game, like 1 through 6, redone in a modern style. But this is an original story. What else we got? We're almost through it. Mortal Shell 2. I don't really care about the Marvel game. I like the beat 'em up, the 2D beat 'em up genre, but I don't play them very much. and I don't really get dragged into things by the Marvel look. Mortal Shell 2, though, this is what they opened the showcase with. And it took me a while to even realize it was a Mortal Shell game. Mortal Shell and Atomic Heart getting sequels announced at the same showcase was wild. You know, it's the sort of thing somebody had to plan together. They put the perfect amount of space between them, too. Like, it's a giant snail. There's people with tongues. What's not to like? But we will see more. This Game of Thrones game, exciting because it's an RTS. A little boring because it's a Game of Thrones game. He kept me hooked for 3 books. After that, there was one more, right, that actually came out. I started to fall off. Like, even the show, in its good seasons, kind of had trouble keeping me hooked. I don't think the world has the same strength as, like, a Lord of the Rings or a Wheel of Time or those are the only I can think of right now. Dune Awakening looks kind of boring for me. I haven't tried it yet, but this one, everybody already knew about, of course, both of these. It does look interesting. I'll probably end up playing it, but I don't know exactly why they made it. Actually, I mean, I do know why they made it. I just don't know why they wouldn't. Anyway, Wu Chang, already on the wish list, of course. Very interesting. I like the focus on faster combat. You know, like they have the hack and slash tag here. It does look like there's going to be a lot more enemies, quicker to take down. A little like Stellar Blade at points. Yeah, I think the intro to Stellar Blade sold a lot of people on it because you were thrown quite a few enemies and it wasn't as much of a one-on-one thing. You know, it reminds me of the start of Dark Souls, where you have to go through all the skeleton archers to get to the Taurus demon. I think, especially in these Souls-like games, do a big service to grabbing people if there's more enemies early, rather than giving them like difficult enemies. Got to build up for it. Now this one is interesting. I'm a big mech guy. Not as much in games. I have not played many mech games, but in terms of anime and sci-fi, I like mechs. I think they're a pretty good genre, and this one looks pretty cool. I played a couple of the Mech Warrior games, those, and this one seems to take some nice little ideas, but I'd have to see a bit more, especially as a free-to-play game. I'd have to see more to see if it's going to be worth it. But it is coming out pretty quick, so I'll probably end up trying. And then what we have down here, Mio. I didn't even see this one. Oh, it's another Metroidvania. I like this art style. Talked about the cube. Into the Unwell. This is another one I think has a really neat art style, but doesn't grab me very well. But I hope they succeed because I like seeing people try new art things. Just like Felt That Boxing. Good title. Felt That would be a bit better of a title. I don't know if they've done other Felt That games. What do you think here? No. Maybe they plan other ones. And then there's Season 3, Street Fighter 6. Not a big fighting. But this was a wild showcase here. Right. Now I don't know what PlanetPlay have to show for us. They've got some things on the listing. It's a bit of a weird listing. I can find that. Now, I think they get a full hour. Edge. So this one looks pretty neat. I like the dungeon building. Oh. I like the dungeon building aspect. Big fan of the comedy shown in the idea. It does seem like a pretty good party game, for a group. But I don't know if I'd ever get around to play because I don't have many people that would play it. This one, though, actually did look pretty cool, and this is yet another extraction shooter. So I'm interested in seeing more on this. Oh, that spooked me. Forgot I had the sound. 11-minute video. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been playing Night Rain, and obviously there's no PvP in that. But when I look at a map like this, I'm like, okay, I know how to plan this out. I like the weather effects. Let's see if we can get to a point. There we are. Tornado. They show what happens if you. Here's the PvE. What was that other one? Was that Arc Knights that just had that really weird IGN review? That's a donut. Holy shit. I don't know why that excited me so much. I just seeing that big donut there. A ping system, very good. Something Night Rain also needs to add. That's a weird. It doesn't feel super solid. Now I know something about games like these. They can't have as solid of a attack system with these like low these, but I mean they could do a little better. Look, it's all on fire. Fortress. Oh, because the tornado was picking him up. Okay. Oh, these look really nice. Locked. What is he doing? Opening it? See, this seems like an extraction shooter I could get into. Like it seems like it has a little bit of that battle royale feel to it, but also a little more PvE focused. But that might just be because that's off the PvP section. Yeah, get him. That looked dope. You got to finish him. Courtesy. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. We just talked about this. Hold on, hold on. Okay, when he dragged that item on here, he dragged it to here, and then it like auto sorted. You can see the sorting system here in play. Not a huge fan of that. I hope it's a setting. Because I can see how it's useful, right? I'm sure a lot of people would like that. But this is just a slot-based system right here. You can't decide how you want to carry. Which, this is something I didn't really hit on much. The difference between Tetris inventory and a slot-based with a grid display is pretty subtle. It's really just the presentation, right? The only really limiting qualifier to make it a Tetris inventory is the fact that they take up more than one slot. But I think it's very important to let people navigate through things. But I will give them this. It is a faster paced game. I get why it auto sorts, but I would like to be able to put them in manually. Give me a hotkey to sort it. I don't know. I like to know where my things. This is doing a bit of a sorting, but I'm assuming it's just however it was sorted when they killed him. What we got else in here? Now I'm wondering what they'll actually show here, right? Because if you pack all the Walking Dead stuff on this listing down into one game. I have no idea what they'd show there. Telltale, I believe, is dead. Oh, that was pretty cool. You know, if you take that, there's 15 games on this sales page, and it's an hour-long showcase. So if no one talked at all outside of showing things, they'd get 4 minutes each. Now, of course, they're going to talk. They have things to say. But I do wonder, like, is there going to be more than just what's on the sales page? Are they going to give Exoborn here, a little more time to show more gameplay off? What's going to happen here? Now, this is actually something I was thinking about doing a little video on here. You can see that they've got the classic, Diablo style item colorings. They've got gray, blue, purple, gold. I assume there's going to be a red. Gotten pretty popular later years. I do like all the movement stuff. I like the cars. Now, can we drive? Or are those PvE drivers? What do you think? That was a big screen. Okay. Are those PvE or PvP? Or at least the idea of PvE. They look like PvE. That's a lot of damage. I think he went. Oh, that's pretty cool. Tracking him? Or did they target that there? These are one of those games that always make me wonder about how they've implemented certain things. You can just revive even when they've died. That works. You lose. Car? Can we drive the car? I didn't see the pop-up. This is where they're leaving, right? They're extraction. Get to the chopper. Got 21 seconds. Timers are. Oh, yeah. Yeah, go, Kestrel. Can he go out on, or go in through that hole there? Can they destroy the dropship? Like a Titanfall 2 thing? I always like that. Batter the. Take that in with you, right? Yeah, I wonder what they'll have to show. Hey. What else they have on here? Yeah, you see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually. 5, 6 listings for Walking Dead games. Now, I don't know if there's a different studio at all. Like, are Skybound announcing something new? Do they still own it? Still exist? I think they still exist. Yeah, they're still putting it. Very odd thing. Oof. I mean, I have no idea if these are any good, but it looks like they've fallen into a bit of a financial problem. I don't know. What else do we have here? This one looks very interesting. Yeah, it reminds me of oh, what is that game where you It's almost like the snake games where like you have to eat other snakes to grow larger. But you're like a little. I don't know. It reminds me of that vibe, and I do like story games. Um, Thomas was alone, or Thomas. Now I'm forgetting the name. Is alone. Uh, One of my favorite indie games ever made, and it's got a very simple gameplay going on. The real point is the story. So I might check. Tried to see. This one, you know, probably not gonna play, but I thought it was a neat one to mention because it has a little tag here, and then you'll see in the gameplay video. It's only 30 seconds. Let it play. Avoiding family. Here you go. There we are. Look, he just ran right through the viewport. Oh, ooh. Yeah, it reminds me of a bit of a mobile game. I assume it maybe one day will be on mobile. But it's got a little stealth aspect to it. Reverse stealth mechanics. Interesting. Hide behind closets, dive over tables, and throw random objects to stun others that are chasing you. Your relative's love knows no bounds. Apparently, neither do their detection skills. Okay. I see. So it's the part of stealth games where you've been detected. Interesting. Now, I think it's clear they also have the normal stealth section. Puzzle challenges. Oh. Creative puzzle solving using everyday objects. I think it's interesting. Might end up playing. What else do they have up here? This one looks neat, but it is a VR game. Talk about VR here in a minute. That's an AI voice. Collecting garbage. He's helping the turtles. All right. This is a benefit. I'll get this for my nephew. Have him learn something. He's into the ocean. Oh, this one here. I think this is the showrunner right now. Now, you might not know this about me, but I own practically every solitaire game that exists on Steam. And this one does look pretty cool. I'm really blanking on names today. There's a solitaire set by the guy who did the. Gotta figure it out. Yeah, Zachtronics. Probably not as well known for solitaire as he is for what are those games called? Exapunks and Molex Syntez. There's another one, Shenzhen IO. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, and TIS 100. Very, very fun game. I'm gonna reinstall. What was I saying? Big fan of Zachtronics. Yeah, and I'm a big fan of solitaire games. The Zachtronics Solitaire, I probably play it twice a week. And then I have it on the Steam Deck. So whenever I go anywhere for a long period of time, solitaire 24/7. And now you might be asking, why not just bring a deck of cards? Well, I do. But I also I also like playing on a device because I don't have to deal with real cards. I don't have to shuffle them to lay anything out. I can just play mindlessly. It's like doom scrolling, but card game. I've been playing solitaire my entire life. Now, what I really need is a good game. I know there's probably one out there. Zachtronics have a Mahjong game? They might. Now, since we're here, this game here, this was at the top of the Godot 4.5 snapshot, right? And I saw it. I saw it had a demo. And I was like, you know what? I want to try this out. So I played the demo. And then I bought the game. $10 for a good amount of content. And I did practically every puzzle. And then I was very sad that I had run out of puzzles, but they put some out weekly, so I'm gonna keep checking in. I really enjoyed this. You can kind of see the process going on here, right? They're trying to make this, and they're slowly adjusting what's going on here. See, now they've got the pins in place. Got a little Y check. Oh, see, I haven't even been doing the inline statements. I've been. I feel like a loser. Anyway, go play Replicube. Very good game. Now, we have to talk about something. Is it on Steam? It is. Now, I might put out a longer, rant video about this. When this first showed up, instantly I knew that this was not going to be a proper Thief game. But you could tell very quickly that it was a Thief game. I mean, this is the city. Very easy to spot. I mean, Looking Glass did an amazing job. But this is a little disappointing. And see, here's where I'm a little like two-sided on this. One, I know they're only making this because it's VR. Like if they couldn't do it in VR, they wouldn't be making a new Thief game. But like this looks awesome. This right here, you know. I've always thought that stealth games could work really well in VR. We got them working right. And so I hope that this feels good. I don't own a VR headset. It's not going to get me to buy a VR headset. Hear Garrett's voice in there. But I'm also not a fan of this like passing of the torch situation. You know, I think if you're going to make a Thief game, make it about Garrett. But it's such a a compounding situation. You know what I need to edit? We're almost at the showcase going on over here. You can get promo code. You can, in fact, get a promo code. Not on the screen here, but I will. They gave me an IME link. I will drop this in the chat. Fucking pull the chat. I believe all weekend. Today and tomorrow, possibly longer. I haven't looked at dates of it. But if you use SFG30 PlanetPlay, 30% off. As far as I know, it's everything. I went ahead and bought some stuff this morning. Some stuff that not on sale elsewhere for more than that. Pretty good little discount. And if you go through my my little link there in that, look at that. I don't know why it's not an actual link. If you go through that, they'll know I sent you. Tell them I sent you. So it's I don't know, it's nice. You know, I like I'm gonna buy games anyway. So I like that not only are they doing the discount, but I also know some of my money is going towards helping things. I don't know how that I'm probably not helping as if I didn't use the discount. But yeah, you do what you can. We're all working on budgets here. Quick. Now I know that over. Dr. Kringle is my slave name, sir. Were they not showing? Who was showing? I guess not them. But we're up. We're at it. I'm going to close these tabs that make me sad. This one, well, if it was my slave name, it's obviously my dead name. I'm not using it anymore. Dagda. What is this? I like that their name is Maze Theory, and their first game about a maze. I guess that's not their. This was not about a maze. Yeah, it'll be one of the games of the year. It will absolutely be a game of this year. Listen, we were taking a look here at this one. They'll be showing it during the showcase. This Exoborn, the extraction shooter. Actually, I think this video has the map. Hello. Somewhere in here. Here it is. They opened this map up, and my brain immediately was like, where are the churches? I think it's playing in the background as well. Very strange. That. But yeah, I opened this map and was just like, all right, where are the churches? Where are the affinities? Night Rain has killed my ability to read maps. Yeah, it's a bit of a what do you want to call it? Get this. It's an extraction shooter. This is the one I was talking about with like the tornadoes and things, and a lot of movement abilities. Like this guy here, Kefir or Kestrel, he can like jump up into the air. That guy there can like magnetize himself to the floor so he doesn't get taken up by the tornadoes. Here's a big donut. Look at this big donut. They have a grid inventory system that auto sorts, which is, you know, pro and con. See, can we get to PvE, PvP? Yeah, it's an interesting game. There's a lot of shots in this that look pretty cool, but yeah, it's got that like post-apocalyptic, everything's overgrown vibe going on. And I think it's meant to be so that people don't stand out too well, but they do stand out a little bit. It reminds me of like PUBG a year after launch. Now, I never got to play PUBG on full quality, so it looked muddy anyway. But it's definitely taking from a few different games. What a weird game PUBG is. You know PUBG still generates like billions and billions of dollars every month on mobile. Why play PUBG when you could play Fortnite? You know, they have Star Wars in Fortnite. They showed yesterday, I think it was, where you can play like space battles, Star Wars in Fortnite. And LeBron. They just need to put PUBG in Fortnite. Yeah, it's an interesting game. I think the playtest is already closed up, but I'm definitely going to try this one out if it looks good on release. Put PUBG Lego version in Fortnite Legoland. Me too, buddy. Me too. You've got a good bit of character customization. Like it's not just another shooting extraction. Like there's a bit more outside. You can change a bunch of things up. But it looks pretty neat. This should be starting. Use code SFG30 for 30% off on the PlanetPlay website to buy your games. Help regrow trees. Everything else. Take the little... They'll have their own. Now watch this. Wow! Wow! Oh, I make myself laugh. I make myself laugh. Here we go, baby. Capturing. Settings. Wow. Man. Oh, I want the property. No, I don't. I want the filters. Oh, it's getting loud. All right. We're back to I'm excited, Will. You can't hear it at all? That's good.
World we share.
Oh, what about now?
That's what today is all about.
Exactly, and that's why we're so excited to take you through some games today that aren't only delivering great gaming experiences, but also making a positive difference to the planet. So with that in mind, we've got some great game trailers to go through today. So from new releases to established hits, we're going to go through how we can make a real difference through games, and all we have to do is play.
Right, and the Green Game Showcase, I mentioned before, is brought to you by PlanetPlay. So let's just stop briefly to talk about what PlanetPlay is, who PlanetPlay are.
This is the rundown they gave me.
It's a not-for-profit gaming platform that helps games generate funds to help address the climate emergency.
Save the trees.
100% of the proceeds raised currently go to certified green projects. What that means is going to projects on the ground, making a real practical difference to protect.
And I know they've got more environmental projects for the future.
And we're hoping to raise $150,000 just from today's stream. So no,
I don't know if you heard that.
So if you want to help even more,
that lightning strike was so strong, it knocked my second monitor out. I don't know why.
You can also share the games with your friends and spread the message of the green gaming.
Okay, lightning struck probably like in the parking lot.
PC games. You can get many of those PC games and loads of more great green games over at planetplay.com. You can also, if you want, go there and just make a direct donation to help our fundraising target for today. And in fact, a few of the game companies whose games we're about to look at have already made donations there. So honestly, just thank you so much. It's given us an amazing head start, and it's going to let us make a practical difference.
And while we're
I
saying
should- I should
thank
have
you
WoW
so
frogged
much
there.
to Summer
I was
Games
up-
Fest for spotlighting
We're
green
WoW
gaming as
frogging
part
now.
of such a brilliant event. And now it is
I was checking out the window.
for us
It
to
hit
dive into our
in the
first
lot
category,
over.
which is games that are
Very
green by
crazy.
design.
So games that are green by design means that the game
Means that
itself,
they're
the
full of
content we're
frogs.
playing, or at least a significant
Like
part of
upcoming
it,
indie hit
is
Big
about
Hops.
green issues. So the first game is Imagine Earth by Serious Brothers. It's a PC city builder that's out now, and it's also
Oh.
a climate crisis simulator. Really interesting. So
But
let's
there
take a
you
look.
go.
Your job as a space colony manager is to establish thriving and profitable colonies on a global scale.
Greetings.
Oh, it's a sci-fi one.
Welcome to the Andromeda Galaxy. Build cities
You can go
and
to
their supply
Madden.
networks. Satisfy their hunger for resources.
However,
They've
right now I
slimmed
urgently
down
require a shipment of
to the
titanium.
man.
Take
So.
care of pollution and emissions caused by your expanding
High
cities.
numbers.
In the research panel,
Low
you
size.
can research upgrades for your buildings.
With increased climate change, natural disasters are becoming more frequent.
This is a
and
perfect
severe.
pick for this showcase.
Let us use the second chance to change our way of life and to transform the production of energy and goods in a sustainable way. Achieving a balance between growth and sustainability is the final challenge for every civilization. Imagine
Whoa.
Earth Limited,
German Game Awards
building
Best Expert
sustainable
Game.
civilizations.
I don't know what that means.
Wow, what a great start.
What is an
I wanna
expert
get home
game?
and play that straight away. I guess I grew up with settlement builders, god games like SimCity, Populous, The Settlers. And to think about taking a game like that and adding, as you build your settlement,
And
you've got to
Levine.
consider this kind of looming climate crisis and sustainability. It's just such a perfect pairing of kind of the green message.
Yeah,
and
I see why they brought it
amazing
up
bit of game
first.
design.
Yeah, I love that. That you've got to think about all your different resources
Urgent.
and kind of level everything up at the same time. But like Catan,
Commander,
which
need
I
more
love.
And so for
titanium.
the next game, we're going to look at Elwyn Quest of Time by Earthwise Games. It's a
That's a neat title.
web-based card game.
Web-based
about thriving
card
with
game.
nature.
Oof. This immediately has a Web 3 nature to it. I am a little put off. Oh, it's got an AI theme song. All right, very. This is everything a little wrong with Web 3. I'll be real with you. I get that it lines up with the idea, and I'm not against using the AI songs. But yeah, the AI video and the AI song paired together for a Web 3 game, it kind of screams like you can make 75 cents in crypto coin every hour playing this video game. Why are all the cards sleeping? Yeah,
Oh,
give
I
them
like the look of that,
33
actually, with,
seconds.
I do love a deck builder. Well, we've played quite a lot of Dominion, haven't we?
Yeah,
I
you
would
know
say,
each card is an
and also
NFT.
when it's all automated, you don't have to shuffle the cards yourself.
Yeah, and you don't
And
have to
that's what I
argue
was saying
the
about
rules. And,
Solitaire.
Yeah, just so interesting. It reminded me of Dominion, Ascension, I guess Hearthstone, Balatro.
So next we've got Longleaf Valley by Trees Please Games. It's
I would
an
love to see Big Hop.
award-winning mobile tree planting merge puzzler.
Oh. Hello, mobile games from 2013. I know mobile games are a bit of a high point. They have a bit of an integration, PlanetPlay does, with like different games where they generate money for environmental impact. I know a lot of those right now are mobile
That's
games.
obviously the kind of game with a really wide appeal, and that's important. Like, I definitely love a kind of niche, pretentious genre myself, but I also love these games just with this hugely wide appeal because that gets the green message to more people
Northern
and
England.
fundraising coming from more people.
Think of all
His
the real
accent.
trees getting planted in real life. I find that really exciting.
Yeah, and speaking of exciting, next we're going to look at Out and About by Yaldi.
Here we go.
I love this one. A cozy foraging game, and it's going into early access soon, so keep an eye on it. Get wish listing.
This one does look neat. One of those nice, like, calming games. That's how I hike. I just do weird. Taking photos. This is definitely the sort of game that, like, if your 13-year-old nephew or like niece maybe was looking to get into botany, you could spend $20 to buy her, and she would just love the hell out of it. I wonder if it's going to be on the Switch. He should be on Top Gear. I think every British man should be on Top Gear, though. I don't know how to tell a clear difference between them. I think if you're British, you can show up on Top Gear and tell me you're anything, and I'd believe you. Oh, the Earth is moving. I think it's a Unity game. I don't know.
Oh, I love that one. I
You
think I
might.
could lose many hours, if not weeks, into that game. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. It just gave me a kind of real sense of that wonderful feeling of spending time in the countryside.
So next we're going to
Touch
look
grass.
at Hawthorne
Virtually.
from Near Studios, which is coming soon to Steam. So get that on your wish list. And there's a Kickstarter out for that now. So let's
Oh,
take a look.
nice.
They call it Windermere. This
Windmere.
place, nestled in its ancient and unseen
I like this
valley.
style here.
They live here.
It reminds me of like
Together,
the
animal
the
folk.
witch's hut in Dragon's Dogma,
Mice from Lundwick,
like where it's just so
otters
nestled
from
in,
Otterheim,
like old wood.
and owls from High Arry.
That's a big corn.
They've returned. Resettled, turned.
Now we are.
Resettled.
It didn't
this
change
valley,
much here, but
ill aware of its shadowed history.
look at that. A rat on an owl.
Bold homesteaders explore,
Amazing.
carve a place for themselves here.
So do you control the
Weather for
animals or do you
seasons.
play as the animal? Rat on owl?
And lay claim to the land's bounty.
That's right. I've got a rat on an owl.
Here, they live and they laugh.
Oh, they're playing Quidditch. Look, they've got weapons. Holy fuck.
They forge their own stories.
What? They got
and
spooked
make
off by a bear.
memories.
It's just four guys being dudes.
Envy them. Perhaps one day we'll earn each other's trust.
That actually looked really interesting.
Oh, I absolutely love that. I mean, I think I'd almost rather live in that world of animals than our world of humans. Like, such a, yeah, you could kind of feel the lore and the storytelling and coming off it. Yeah, that game is a place I want to be.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it look like you are living with all of those animals. It's like it kind of makes you more invested in nature as well.
Rat
doesn't it?
on it.
Next, then, we're going to look at Sky Farm Island by Mesh Minds. It's actually a Roblox game, and it's set
A
in the Garden
Roblox
City of
game?
Singapore. Really interesting concept. Let's see what it's about.
Roblox games are so odd. I like that they give. That's an odd name. Uh, I like that they give people like the ability to make all these things, just like Fortnite. Where like you can just launch Fortnite and there's a million weird, like player-made games. I don't know how exactly to advertise a Fortnite or a Roblox game in this case. That's the first time.
I can so imagine the kids getting into that because taking those real life like educational lessons and putting
I
them
do
into
like the
that
educational
format,
nature of a lot of
you're
games.
onto a winner, really, aren't you?
Yeah,
I'm a
really
big fan of
powerful stuff, and
educational.
I guess, yeah, the youth of today are the custodians of our planet's future. So engaging them now through something as popular as Roblox, what a powerful idea! I love it.
And next we've got World Reborn by Wicked Saints, and it's the world's first adventure activism game.
Adventure
I'm
activism.
Jess with Wicked Saint Studios.
I don't know.
Our game, World Reborn, is the first game
On
of
mobile.
its kind where fantasy narrative gameplay meets real-life changemakers.
Okay.
Beautiful art and immersive storytelling will reveal where you're
Something about this one too.
and give you small ways
About this
to change
one.
your reality.
That
We'll
Web3
touch any cause
game
you care about, and
stuck
we're
in my
excited
head,
to
man.
feature real-world quests to save our planet and our grand launch coming soon. But right now, it's out for a limited time, so you have 2 weeks to download the
2
game
weeks.
and play.
What is this? Another mobile one? Oh, this is still that one. Are they allowed to reference Duolingo in their advertisement? What's the rules there? Maybe it's funded by Duolingo. Now that they've saved money, switching to only AI.
Amazing stuff again. And that was actually the last of our games that we framed as green by design. Now we're going to look at a few games that include green activations. So
Green
green
activation.
activation, I guess, is something green in any game that's been designed as a piece of entertainment. So lots of the games we're going to see, they're not necessarily green games
Very
by
broad.
theme, but working with PlanetPlay, they've added green elements, green fundraising elements. The first of those games is Amazing the Great Ocean by Actrio, a PC
Yeah, this
and
one looks
VR undersea adventure game. Let's have a look at the trailer.
It does seem like a good fit for VR. Green poster pack. Yeah, I know this is something that they working on. Like obviously everything we saw before this was like they've partnered with as like an activism theme. And then a lot of these games they do have like things you can buy in them. Help support the charity. Oh, look at this. You gonna stab that shark? I think it's a laser. I can't quite tell. It reminds me of like an educational Subnautica, which is probably the obvious comparison. Yet again, this is a game I would get my nephew. Yeah, everything just popped
I
up.
felt really immersed in that straight away. I felt like we were under the sea and I was wanting to free the turtles. So next we've got Avakin Life by Lockwood Publishing. And this is a wildly popular mobile life
Forgetting the
sim.
frog.
And it's coming soon to Steam. So another one to put on your wish list.
Avakin Life. Oh, yeah. Teenage girls. Doesn't Second Life still have like a pretty big face? This looks like the Barbie Second Life. Very strange. I feel like I know some kids who would play this. But, David Hasselhoff? Why are they putting David Hasselhoff in a game like this? Do children know who David Hasselhoff is?
Soon, Avakin Life is coming to Steam. You will experience all of this, the style, the adventures, the community, bigger and better than ever.
Oh, maybe it's already
yeah.
out. Then bring.
Well, as a Step It Up to the Streets fan, it was quite exciting to see Brianna Evergan. That just shows the power of celebrity, right? To
I'm in
draw
love
you
this
into a
movie.
game. So I was intrigued to check that out.
Yeah, and it's just amazing that celebrities can bring just more attention, more engagement with these really important green fundraising efforts with the
I can support.
Play and the Green Game Showcase is all about. Next, we're going to look at Fishing Clash by 10
Fishing
Square
Clash?
Game. It's a mobile sports
I like
fishing
fishing
sim, famous for kind of being really popular with real anglers, and made by a team who've been a really long-standing partner and supporter of PlanetPlay.
Welcome to Fishing Clash.
Ooh.
It's the best mobile fishing simulator.
What? It's
from realistic worldwide locations to hundreds of different fish to catch. It's the next best thing to the actual real outdoors
I have
activity,
seen this.
and it's in your pocket all the time. So whenever you need to get away, it's there. You can also join
You know
the
there are
clan
people out
and
there who
compete
take
in
a break
duels,
from
and there are weekly events, so you will never run out of things to do.
like, oh, it's
But
hot
it's
out
not
here.
just fun. We're also big on environmental
Play my
awareness.
fishing game.
So we try to help spread the word on problems and solutions because we love fishing and we want to preserve it for
Oh,
the
wow, for the
generations
fish.
yet to come. Try Fishing
Big fan of
Clash for
fish.
free. Download it now.
What I liked about that was you could see the genuine love for the subject matter,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
guess that's really important because it will pull people in with that love, and that makes them connect with that green messaging all the more. So yeah, like really, really important, valid stuff.
Yeah, so next we've got Klondike Adventure.
Klondike
by Visor,
Adventure.
And it's a mobile farm simulator set
Yeah.
during the gold rush era, which sounds really interesting. Let's have a look.
Did see this one. Oh. Oh, what year is it? What year is it? This is not what I thought it was. Oof. There's something about mobile games, man. I'm sure it's a fine game for people that got off Facebook. I bet you in some circles it breaks in a profit. AI art involved here. I think that's going to be one of those things, you know, because I've played a few games that have AI art. Sometimes
lovely and such a tremendous
not a
amount of
big deal.
detail squeezed
Sometimes
onto
it's
every
very
screen of
strange.
That was really, really.
It reminds me
compelling
of
to like,
you know, like the
I guess
asset
The idea of
rush.
yeah, a farm sim in a rural world is really lovely, but in terms of being engrossing, I loved how much detail was on display there. It really felt again like a nice place to be.
Yeah, and also alerting you to stuff like, you know, endangered species and stuff, which I think is really important.
That is neat.
Yeah, great. And as simple as that, play the game, buy the right item, help the planet while you're having fun.
Mobile games are definitely a
Speaking
good
of
way to
fun,
work.
Next, we're going to look at Puzzle Adventure by Pixel Federation. It's a supernatural mobile mystery game with detective and escape room
Mobile
elements. So
mystery.
loads going on. Let's see what that actually means.
Active and escape room element. What a description. Okay. Seems like a very simple puzzle. So, what is that? Infinity Cube?
Yes.
Is this like Barbara character here? The librarian? I like little puzzle games. You know, as a PC player, I would much rather just get more of a, I don't know, lighter puzzle game on Steam. The puzzle phone, but I do play some puzzle games. Mainly I play Solitaire phone, but or Durock.
Well, that one kind
But
of
I do like
combines
puzzle
two
games.
of my rabbit holes that I continually fall down, like
Murder
supernatural and true crime. Well, not true crime, but crime and solving mysteries and stuff, all in a kind of top-down point-and-click adventure. I like the look of that.
Yeah, and I love that. I'm a big fan of the isometric perspective, that kind of little diorama world.
It
So
works well for
welcoming, and
mobile.
yeah, I just love the idea of it being a kind of detective mystery game. Yeah, another one I could rush home and play right now.
So next we've got Massive Warfare by
Massive
Time Bites.
Warfare.
This is a mobile online battle sim focused on tanks.
Mobile online battle sim focused on tanks. Oh, that font choice. I don't know, man. Mobile games are so strange. I try to just ignore them most of the time. Not because they can't be fun, but they're just such a weird area. Like, this reminds me of like a PC game from 2008. Like, is that where mobile is? Why'd he drop a VIP? Japan. Okay. I mean, it does look interesting. I wonder how long the rounds are. Now, is it like a Call of Duty mobile style? That's always what's gotten me about PUBG Mobile, man. Just pick up again. Like, games can last quite a while. Play that. That is a good call out, right?
I was born. But yeah, to
that
show
was 45
like,
years
to
ago,
life,
actually.
that classic game concept, and it looked kind of really vibrant and action packed. That generated like a nostalgia in me and this excitement about such a sort of contemporary looking game.
Oh, and you can get a PlanetPlay
contemporary
battle pass for that one. So that's a green.
That's a good way to work it.
And a really deep interaction with the game, which is really cool. And next, we're going to look at another game by Tiny Bytes, actually, Battle Cars. It brings intense PvP vehicular combat to mobile, which is a concept I like the sound of.
Not a mobile game. I guess that makes sense why the Steam page. I mean, mobile games are a big market. You know, I tend to get siloed in console. That's how I missed out on a lot of the gacha sphere for so long. This does look good, like graphics for a mobile game. You can do a lot. I mean, they've got Genshin on mobile. That Girls Frontline on mobile. I mean, this looks like something you could put on PC pretty easily. At least console. You'd have people play it there too. Maybe the problem is competition on those platforms.
Or
why play this?
Really fun, like a kind of
like a Twisted Metal,
Demolition Derby, Rocket
Derby
League mashup.
I also just got a little bit of a vibe of the underrated. I'd love a sequel, but Calling All Cars, the
Calling All
PlayStation
Cars
Network game, I think 2007.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like I say, Rocket League, Mad Max, Destruction Derby, a bit of Mario Kart. So many great things in
this
one
guy
game.
is
who can
on it
that
today.
One?
And next we've got Standoff 2 by Axel Bolt Studios, which is a free-to-play first-person action shooter.
On mobile. This lower third is a bit high. You know what I mean? Just feels like it's too high for how it is. All right. Have you just ported like a Call of Duty Valorant mix to mobile? This is a bit. It's weirding me out a little bit. What is going on? Oh, is it on PC? Very strange. What does this have?
Of course, some intense and really competitive stuff there. I think that what that makes me think is any type of game can help contribute to the green effort, to green fundraising.
And the activation element is that chameleon pack that you can buy in the game.
Right, so next we're going to look at Sweet
right,
from
anyway.
Letty Arts. This one, distinct, so distinct. When I was kind of planning this, I didn't really quite know how to describe it. It doesn't seem to fit in a genre, but a distinct, hyper-casual, mobile ball weaving game.
Ball weaving game.
By the kind of patterns you find across culture, across Africa. So yeah, really interesting idea. I'm
what does
definitely
that mean?
Not describing it well enough. So let's take a look at what it is.
Just show it. We got frog type games. We got ball weaving games. I don't know what is going on. Like, first person shooter is immediately explainable as to what it means and what it implies about the game. This is the gameplay? Looks like just an animation. Ask. Show me the game. I need to know what ball weaving means. Oh, that's odd. Oh, that's... Are we in the game? Is that the game? Okay. Now I
Yeah, it's really
understand.
good to see the trailer. I actually downloaded it and played it. It was really, really fun and really different.
It
so
does seem
different
like
to
it could be a
anything I've
fun
played
little
before.
game.
Yeah, taking those kind of cultural artifacts, those patterns, and making something that you really
I've
have
got
to
nothing
kind of
against it.
interact with
That
and get
trailer
familiar with. I love
was
that
not
power of games,
great
kind of
showcase for the game, though.
interaction to connect you with different
Feels like a
things.
lack
So,
of
yeah,
confidence.
Just another example of how powerful games can be.
So next we've got Zoocraft, Animal Park
Zoocraft.
Tycoon, and that's by Lab Cave Games, and it's a mobile zoo builder simulator.
Another good pick for mobile. Zoocraft. I wonder what kind of budget they got for trailers. Free bundle. Timor-Leste.
Cool. I've got to admit, I've always kind of secretly fancied the idea of being a zookeeper, working in a zoo.
Hey,
like
me
the
too, buddy.
conservation efforts there. But as I've
Probably
spent
be a
the
lot of
last
work.
19 years being a writer in the games industry, I'm not really qualified. But fortunately, thanks to Zoocraft, Animal Park Tycoon, I can give that a go. Yeah, one I definitely want to throw some time into.
Are you reading the
From
script?
Today, you can buy their tree bundle, and 50% of the proceeds from that go to PlanetPlay's wildlife protection projects.
Next, we're going to look at Orna by Northern Forge.
Set up a
This is
teleprompter.
mobile turn-based MMO RPG. It's got classic pixel art, as you'll see, and interestingly, GPS gameplay. So let's see what that's all about.
GPS gameplay. Oh. Oh my god. What? Okay. The menus are so fast. Turn-based RPG with GPS gameplay. Is it like Pokemon Go but for turn-based RPG? You have to move around the world and find loot and battles. Interesting idea. This the same game? Oh, okay. This is the activate. Skeleton mammoth. That's a wow moment. Big fan of skeleton mammoths. I need to know how the GPS bit works. This is such a
Got
low
nice stuff,
quality.
getting me nostalgic again with that real kind of classic RPG look. And you know, I guess pocketable
Right,
monsters don't completely have to dominate the kind of location-based gaming space. Really interesting seeing kind of something else bringing fresh ideas to that genre.
You might have heard of this next one. It's Heyday, and it's from Supercell,
Heyday.
so one of the biggest mobile gaming companies there is.
That's true.
And
They're
it's a
part
mobile
of
fighting game, so let's have a
Blizzard
look.
now.
Now,
Activision
let's
Blizzard
check
King.
out the
Never
new events
forget
and
it.
decorations coming your way.
Heyday is joining this year's Green Game Jam.
To support this year's cause,
Ah,
we've prepared
what is
special
going on
Let
with
It
this
Be
70s
events in
vibe?
the first few days of the month, all focused on raising awareness and protecting
Bees.
bee habitats.
Here's how
I
you
can
help.
wow
During
for
the
that. I'll
Global
get
Health
that one.
event, revive trees and bushes on other
Big fan
plant
of
farms.
bees.
Every help action brings the community closer to the global goal. And once we reach
Put
it,
flowers
Heyday will
and stuff
donate
up
to
on my roof.
bee-saving efforts around the
That
world.
would
You
attract
can
bees.
also take part in the Cozy Task event, where you can earn the roundabout and the spring fence, and track your
Can't do
progress
that
in
here.
the Let It Be decoration collection.
The Farm Pass will bring decorations like the Groovy Stage and Groovy
This
Coop.
is very
along
super
with an
simple.
animal hat, perks, and handy items.
That's a very strange PG cow. Listen. Listen, the 70s stuff was a little odd. I don't know why that was there. Maybe this is
As
part of
one
a
the most
bigger
played mobile
trailer
games,
they
we
have.
probably don't need to,
But the bees, you
share
know.
too much
And
on
we're
what
back to
Heyday is. You saw it there, kind of
But the
brilliantly
bees.
demonstrated. Yeah, it's really amazing that we've got.
I'll wow for
absolute
anything that helps
giants
bees.
like Supercell supporting the fun today. It just
Yeah.
shows the power of a game becoming a global phenomenon, like many of Supercell's games have become,
Yeah.
and that popularity opens up an opportunity to help, again, with this critical effort to face off
Hold
climate
on.
change.
Does King own
It just goes to
Supercell?
show that you can, by playing the games that you love,
I might be
you
wrong
can
on that
still
one.
help the planet, and that's
That might
what
be
we're
the
about.
Candy
Next,
Crush
we're going to
people.
go over to Flick Solitaire by Flick Games.
Flick
an
Solitaire.
amazing,
Oh,
really
yeah, here we go,
sweet
baby.
mobile games that's
We're
actually
in
the
straight
Steam
WoW
store,
mode.
So another one to wish list. And remember, a wish list.
Yeah, I
as
don't.
well as helping the game. It
I
really
don't.
helps the
I don't
cause,
care
so
much
worth
for.
doing.
Look at this. This is gonna be an instant purchase for me. I love the graphics of all these cards. Oh, that's a good way to time. I reckon. Look at that. Yeah, see, I'd love to be able to see an announcement where like an artist I like has designed a card deck, buy it, support them while still playing solitaire. Oh, it's already on mobile. So I wait for the I try this out on mobile. I'll wait for the Steam one. They put the all new label
my
on.
dad, that one. He's been playing the same solitaire game on the PC since the 90s.
Hey, go play
it's amazing to
Zachtronics
see it
Solitaire.
looking so fresh and vibrant with all of those beautiful designs that they've got on there all by independent artists.
Yeah, I love that. Like taking such a familiar game, like one of the most played games of all time, Solitaire, and using it as like a gallery, a showcase for different artists. And actually, you can unlock.
Listen, you don't have to
green
put
pack
Solitaire on.
of showcasing different beautiful art from different artists on the green theme in there. So yeah, they're doing some really interesting stuff.
And
I don't think
now
you can
we're
get
on to our
Zachtronics
third and
Sol-
final category, which is games that have directly contributed to the PlanetPlay fundraiser.
Nice.
Yeah, and what's really interesting about
I need to
that
see
is
where
obviously
this
not every game can be
Telltale
green
/
by theme,
Skybound.
like the first games we looked at, and some games, their makeup or the way they're distributed means they can't even really appropriately host
no
green
big hops.
activation. But any game company can make a
Oh yeah,
donation
it is.
to help
It is
them.
falling
So,
off a
yeah,
bit.
it just shows any game.
They
any game can be
they've
green.
definitely shot this
And the
in
first
quite a
of
few
those,
different
I guess, game
takes.
companies that has made a donation to this is Amazon.
They should have
Games
set
through
up a
their game
teleprompter
King
on
of
the other
Meat,
side of the
which is a
table,
co-op party
film them
platformer.
separately.
It sets up
so that they
4
weren't
players against each other in these
so much,
devious
they could just
puzzle-filled
act
dungeons.
as though they're
So, yeah,
looking
let's
at
take a
each
look
other.
at the trailer.
Oh, here you go. The King of the Meat. King of Meat. There you go.
Who will be the next legend of King of Meat? Who?
Oh wow, this one. It does look pretty good. This is a sort of party game I could totally see like a fight breaking out over.
Against the most deadly dungeons, devious death traps, and puzzling puzzles. We've got our joyfully unhinged friends at Construct.
The art style reminds me of something. I can't quite remember what.
For you to explore.
I think it's a mix of like Orcs Must Die and what was that? It was the game that Xbox put out years ago. Oh yeah, Wham and Pow. Those are just such great like sound effect representations.
Like, such a like vibrant, like again,
Just make 'em
detail-filled
pop up.
party game. Nice to see that amount of polish in a party game. Like Fall Guys, a little kind of reminded me of with so much else going on. But yeah, and not out yet. It's one you can wishlist on Steam. But yeah, keep an eye on that one. Great to be able to share a fresh trailer of a game yet to be released.
So next we've got Sociable Soccer 2025,
Sociable Soccer.
which is from Tower Studios. And guess what? It's a very sociable football game.
Okay. Challenging to master. I like that they've got the little characters out in the real world, just sitting on the couch. Oh, we pulling back on the WoW. I'm not super interested in soccer games. This is a neat trailer, though.
Amazing.
I don't know shit about soccer.
Yeah, if you didn't know, Sociable Soccer 2025 kind of comes from, obviously with his team, but the mind of John Hare, famous for being part of Sensible Software back in the day as an Amiga fanboy. It goes deep for me.
It's wicked to see that kind of
Very
style
interesting
of gaming still alive in 2025.
Yeah, and we're actually
that's where it's
with
very
John
strange.
Hare
Like, how do you
himself,
compete with the
for our next? I'm going to call it an
big
item,
soccer
'cause
game?
It's definitely not a game.
Meet John Hare,
John Hare.
co-founder of Sensible Software. John created some of the most iconic titles of the 80s and 90s while composing unforgettable soundtracks.
True.
But now, John is taking on a new challenge. He's formed Sensible Band, a band that's ready to produce electrifying rock anthems and bring to life some iconic video game melodies. Get ready for their debut album, Positivity.
Interesting.
To see the music from that time.
Could you also advertise
brought
my
back to
band,
us now,
please?
in the current day is really nice. Right, so next up we've got Sunshine Days Town Builder by NetSpeak. And it's a laid-back, cosy farming town builder game, which sounds lovely. So let's take a look.
Welcome. I'm telling you, man, they got to do something about this style. Like, if you just showed me a screenshot of this, I wouldn't. Farmville. Not bad music, though. Very chill. British is a bit of a British game. Yeah.
Blimey,
Something about mobile.
Yeah, strikingly vibrant game there. Something I love about that.
Blimey.
I guess big up NetSpeak, a relatively small team making a donation. It shows you don't have to be a giant to support this kind of cause. But actually, despite being a relatively small team, people involved in the game come from 25 different countries, and I love the idea of any game having
There's
that
at least
many,
25
that much
people involved.
variety of background and kind of cultural influence coming in. I said the word vibrant, and perhaps that's the secret. So yeah, really interesting.
What
to
if
see
we
that.
made
And
everything
another donor,
slightly
so it's time to give a
cartoony,
shout
but
out to
also
Shark Mob for
very
donating
angled?
to the fundraiser today.
What if you could
And
see
we're
the
gonna take a look at
corners of
trailer
the?
for Exoborn,
Here we
PC
go.
and console kind of futuristic open world extraction shooter. Kind of extraction as a mechanic is really booming at the moment.
It is.
Cropping up in all kinds of genres in really interesting ways. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Shark Mob are up to with it.
Whoa!
Reborn.
Oh, this is a neat trailer
Let's
here.
finish the fight.
Because after we do this, everything is gonna change.
There you go, grappling hook, jetpack, in the sky. Ooh, crashing down. Stealthing. Look at him go! With tornado gliding. Oh, we're fighting a guy in the tornado. What does this big thing do? Poison tornadoes. Be a force of nature. That's a good tagline.
Cool. I mean, big up Shark Mob for their donation, but big up Shark Mob for
Yeah,
producing
definitely an
something
Apex
so polished.
vibe
That looks
going.
amazing. Like I mentioned it before, like Extraction's really booming. It delivers so much, like the extraction mechanic of like having to get out, and often the extraction points kind of bringing everyone together for really intense battles. Now, from a game you've no doubt seen before to perhaps one you won't have heard of. Next, we're going to look at Bahamut and the Whack Whack Tree, a 2D adventure game rooted in Arabian mythology.
This is
so yeah,
one of
fascinating
those.
already. Let's check
One
the
of the ones
trailer.
that looked like Hades. No, this is the one that looked a bit like Ori, and whatever that other game is talking about, where you eat all the wisps. Big up. I like the music. And some weird sound effects going. This one probably could have fallen in first category of games that fit the theme. Giant whale creature. I'm in support of that. We'll give that a quick wow. Interested in it.
I love the rich visuals on that.
All right,
I really wanted to dive in, if you get my meaning.
Dive in, very nice. Just to say, that one is coming soon to Steam, so another one to wishlist. And yeah, just keep an eye on it because it looks like a great game. Made by Starvania, so yeah, thank you Starvania for the donation, really helping. Thanks so much.
Oh, we're buffering. That's not good. Is that a me problem? This guy said F. Oh, it's just dying.
Much.
Oh,
another
we're back.
Coming soon to Steam is Azuma Escape.
Azuma Escape. Yeah, see, this one looks interesting. Yeah, the thunderstorm is hitting the entire stream. They list this as having reverse stealth mechanics because you have to run away from your family. Perfect timing. I like the little art. Look at him, he's mad. I'll give this one a wow. Got stealth mechanics. Can't hate on it. Look at him, he webbed him. I like how fast-paced this one could get. I also like the theme. I like anything with like a really strong cultural tie-in.
There's been some great comedy games over the decades, really. Like, you know, seeing Monkey Island's return not so long ago, like Jazz Punk. There's been so many great comedy games, but I always want more comedy games. And to see kind of inverting the pretty serious tone of stealth into something I guess we're already all familiar with is, you know, being a social thing you don't feel like being is. I absolutely love that. What a wicked idea. The next developer to shout out is Tilting Point. Once again donating to this fundraiser, helping us hit that target. So yeah, we're going to take a look at the game Avatar Realms Collide, an immersive 4X strategy game available already on mobile.
On mobile, I agree. I'm gonna tweet that to Kojima later. Oh, there's something about mobile games, man. Why do they all feel like mobile games? I mean, this one admittedly does look kind of cool. Especially if you're big into Avatar.
Well,
oh, that ended really.
Actually, having a go at that one, having watched quite a lot of the Airbender series with our son, it looks really great.
Yeah, and I love that. I mean, Avatar with its different tribes and regions just has such a coupling that with 4X is such.
It is
a great
an idea.
And of course,
it is one of the
also
ideas.
Made a donation to today's PlanetPlay fundraiser. So yeah, really great stuff to see.
So next we've got Ritual of Raven. So this is a story-based farming sim, but you don't have to do the farming yourself. So let's have a look at that.
This isn't the one I looked at. No. I agree. I think mobile games should start focusing on the tablet. I think the extra screen size would help them enable more. Oh. Walking around picking up flowers. I guess I'll wow this. I did say whoa.
I love that idea. It's described as it's got a witchy twist using arcane magic to kind of help with your farming. So really interesting stuff and such a beautifully illustrated game. You felt you could really feel the kind of human hand in the way that looked.
Yeah, I just
it does look nice.
Into that world, it looked really inviting.
Yeah, and that brings us to the last game of today's Summer Games Fest Green Games Showcase. I think it's a world you'll have heard of. It's probably a world you'll have spent some time in. Yeah, shout out to
the Walking Dead
team because they've also donated to today's fundraiser.
But do they have anything new?
That $150,000 target.
I don't know what's happened to that since.
So yeah, we're going to look at The Walking Dead. It's actually a 5-part game series, and of course it's set in the same universe as Robert Kirkman's award-winning comic book series.
Art means a lot.
Let's take a look.
Rated M for mature.
But is this something new?
I've driven a bunch of fellas down to this prison.
This is straight from, when was this, 2013?
I didn't do it.
Every time?
Every time. People up and go mad when they believe their life is over. This other time.
Whoa! Oh, I forgot about that opening. I guess they just made a donation and said, hey, get more people to buy the Walking Dead games. so that we can get out of this weird tie-in hell we're at with fucking Skybound. I think you can get them on mobile. But I don't think they're making any new ones. At least not of this series. Because Telltale died.
And I know you're a killer.
I don't know if they've been revived in some form. He died.
Everyone's starting to hate me because I'm the one that rations the food.
This was such a good story, though.
Good luck.
I don't know much about you folks. Y'all keep going on like this. That girl ain't gonna make it.
You put that girl in danger again. It won't be walkers you have to worry about.
Get it off, goddammit! Get it off me! Shit! Walkers!
I'm gonna have to cut you out.
Try the trap again! Anything, please!
No. Can't get you out of that trap. You're losing that foot regardless. I don't know if I agree with that quote, but it's definitely a pretty good game. Yeah, I bought them all sometime last year because they were really cheap. I haven't gotten back around to playing them.
I mean, such a well-received, compelling.
I never finished them. I think I only went through season 3.
The whole reason that version of the apocalypse is so compelling, or the looming apocalypse is so compelling, is that what would I do? How would I feel? I reckon I'd do all right. And that chance to dive into that world and experience it, just really amazing stuff in a kind of, yeah, and I just love the visually distinct style of that one too. And it's our last thank you, but thank you to Skybound Games for donating to today's fundraising effort. Another amazing thing that's been happening in this really exciting green gaming
Shout out
space at the
Skybound.
moment has been the Solarpunk Game Jam. The jam's being hosted by Trevor Noah's Day Zero Productions and the team over at Anima Interactive, and they're just doing some amazing stuff, making really interesting green games. So let's have a look at what's been going on at the jam.
Let's have a look. I should get into a game jam. I haven't done one though. Find a week. Interesting stuff. Throw the WoW on. This nice coverage. Bit of a Borderlands 1 style here. Can't hate it. Sky patch. Ooh! Platformer puzzle. And one grand prize winner. Solar salvage. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. I like anything where you can build your own car.
And there you go, we have it. The last of many brilliant, brilliant games making a difference to the future of our planet, and a positive difference, importantly.
Yeah, and I'm just really excited to go away, get to play some amazing games, and impact our planet in a great way.
Ian Livingstone.
If you're into games, you've probably heard of Ian.
How did he get knighted?
Back in the 70s, he was the co-founder of Games Workshop.
Oh, wait, no.
He was the co-creator of those amazing fighting fantasy books. He was the driving force behind bringing games like Tomb Raider to the world, and also the driving force behind bringing Dungeons and Dragons to Europe. Like,
wow.
I've worked in games for a long time and been lucky to know Ian a little. He's just always been there, evangelizing for games' ability to educate, to inform, to make a positive
Games should
difference in the
educate.
world. I wanted to start by asking you, fundamentally, what is it about games that lend them that power to educate?
The interactivity.
It's a great vehicle for educating.
Well, I firmly believe games are a contextual hub for learning. I really discovered that way back in the 70s, playing Dungeons and Dragons and seeing how creative that was as a game and how it brought people together. People were improvising, and it's like theatre on the fly. So it's a
I think that's something we'll see more in the.
And then I used to write Fighting Fantasy
games that get a little closer to the tabletop feel
attached to them, where children make choices at the end of each paragraph, set in a world of monsters and magic, turn left, turn right simplistically, or solving puzzles and rolling dice to fight the monsters.
I was a big choose-your-own-adventure book guy.
Games, you can't get through a game without problem solving. It's impossible. So it's an interactive problem-solving activity. You can fail in a safe environment.
They encourage you to fail.
If you fail at first, you're not judged a failure like you are in an examination, which is a one moment in time there where one person's judged against another. We all learn at different speeds, and in a game you can learn at your own pace and encouraged to try again until ultimately everyone can become a winner.
True.
And games like Minecraft are effectively a creative tool, 3D digital.
Minecraft has definitely opened up a lot.
3D architectural worlds. A child can learn contextually by applying the heat of a furnace to silica sand. They'll create glass, and they'll take that glass and put it in their environments, and they won't forget it because it's learning by doing. Albeit it's a digital learning, it's still learning. And Roller Coaster Tycoon, effectively a management simulation. A child is.
It does teach you a good bit about business.
Physics of building,
like Asmongold always says,
the staffing
you can learn everything you need about business playing World of
make
Warcraft.
it a successful theme park, and if they get it wrong, they tweak the parameters, and ultimately they become a winner. So every part of a game has some educational content. But the beauty of it is that people are having a great time.
Yeah,
that
and
song
so
on
why
the
can't learning
game
be fun?
section.
And that seems to kind of go against the traditional thought.
Yeah, there's
process
a
inside the
school out
education
there
where they think
entirely
gaming
run by
gaming
AI.
is trivial, and learning has to be a
All the
turgid,
teaching
horrible
is done by
academic affair
AI,
that bores kids to death.
and
I think just embrace
it's
games
taken
because
like the students
games are
involved in that
powerful
are in like the
not
top
just played,
2% of the country.
cultural, social, and
Thinking about that the other
economic
day.
impact on the world.
Yeah, what motivated you? I guess this is pretty much
And
the green
the
issue.
AI
What
puts forth a
motivated you
lot
to
of
get
like
involved in what
interactive
Planet
learning.
Well,
activity.
it's again, it's obviously, of course, I believe in having a great planet where we can all enjoy and not kind of die as a result of our activities, and games again reach audiences that traditional media can't. And using games as well, you can gather data through activities and responses from people playing those games. And
It's true.
people who play games do seem to care a lot about everything. And I think it was just a great
Subnautica
initiative
led
that's been
to
set
an
to be able
increase
to
in
use the power of
divers.
play and the gaming audiences. And let's not
Divers
forget
mean-
the 3 billion games in the world.
Reef.
And accessing parts of the world where, as I said, traditional media
know what I'm
just
talking
cannot
about.
reach.
I guess sometimes people approaching games, maybe players or people watching this might thinking, oh, do I want to watch a game with educational value? Does making a game
It is a
with
bit
these
rough
kind
to
of
make these games
educational
that
impacts
get a
mean
wide
an
spread.
inherent sacrifice of its entertainment value, of its kind of quality as a
Out
in
early.
that regard?
Hopefully not.
The
because
educational
game's
focus.
all about having fun.
Yeah.
And there's no reason why learning can't be fun, as I said earlier. Therefore, I don't think any games maker should set out specifically to make a product that is purely educational at the expense of
I
the
agree.
entertainment context.
That's the
because
problem with some of
people
like the
just turn
language
up and
learning
say,
games
"I'm not
is
here
that they're
to
basically
learn,
just
I'm here
walk
to play."
around and learn
But
vocab.
in play, you are learning. When we enter this world as children, we learn through play. It's a natural process of learning.
To dig in a little deeper, kind of, you said game makers perhaps shouldn't think of making an educational game. Have you got any more advice to developers? I guess I'm thinking particularly you're making that entertainment product that's guided by your creative vision. but
Entertainment
how
product.
you can install it with kind of educational
Well,
value.
I'll backtrack a little.
Okay.
I don't mean to say they shouldn't set out to make an
Yeah,
educational game,
fair
but when
enough,
they
yeah.
do, it should not
Right. It
sacrifice
should
the
still be fun.
entertainment value and the mechanics of enjoyment
Yeah, right.
in any way, because that's what people play.
I think he really hit it.
If a developer's
Roller
got
Coaster
some
Tycoon.
kind of narrative-driven game,
Like it is
how
a
they
fun
can think
game,
about
but it does make you take in a lot
educational
of
legacy that
information
game
Well, you can make people
in terms
aware
of
of
budgets
events
and
issues
how different
through a
people like
game
different things.
in context.
And there's some physics
If it's in
aspects
context,
there.
then it's fine. If it's just thrown
I think
in
a lot of
because it's
tycoon games are.
important, then
SimCity.
you're talking to
SimCity can
me
teach you a lot about
directly
city
in a
building.
certain way. I want to have
You
my
know,
own opinion.
You're not going to be able to build a city after it in real life, but
problems that exist to
gives
my
you a lot of
attention through the
ideas.
game.
Yeah,
a lot of
that's fine.
Well, Ian, thank you
education.
so much for taking time to talk to us today. Obviously, thank you so much for your work as ambassador of PlanetPlay. Thanks again, Ian.
Game on.
Cheers.
Thank you.
And with that, happily and sadly, we are done. What an amazing spread of really interesting, different, distinct games that are all really
Done with this
making a
show.
difference to the planet we live on. And that's what this is about. It's about that fundraising, trying to hit that
Like leaning in and-
$150,000. But it's about more than that. It's about protecting the future of this planet we all share and doing that through playing games. So what can you do? Just a reminder, if any of today's games caught your eye, download
Buy
them,
them.
play them. If they're not out yet, wish list them. If you go into any of those games and you find that there's
Buy them on
green
the Planet
items
Play
you can buy in the games, do
storefront
that will really help
for
the
30%
cause.
off with
Just
the
tell your friends,
SFG30
spread the word,
code.
spread the message. The more people involved, the more we can do. And do get over to planetplay.com to find a load of other games that help the planet in so many amazing ways.
There you go. That was a nice little showcase. You know, as much as I'm not super interested in mobile games, I do like seeing a wide variety of budget levels of games shown. It was interesting that there was a Web3 one in there. Black screen. Walking Dead is available now. Yeah, I think part of the issue with a showcase like this is that, you know, there's a bit of a smaller set of games you can show, and you're not really going to get a whole lot in that are like, you know, I think Exoborn was an interesting one. Exoborn was an interesting one to include in here. It was probably the biggest game they showed. But, you know, not every showcase can be the full summer game fest. It was a neat little showcase, though. Yeah, was there anything on this list they didn't show? They showed this one. It does look kind of neat. At the beginning. The weird Second Life one. This is Game of the Year. This is the one. I already have this one. The rat creature. Look at it. Yeah, you do control the creature. That's pretty neat. Buy this for your wife. Or your niece. Was there a game in here? That they... Odd. What was I opened some? Oh yeah. Boop, boop. So here's the storefront, right? A little odd because now they have the... Check it out. You can get practically everything on here. Guessing, like, can you apply it on here? Let's see how it works. Yeah, look at that. Even the stuff that ain't out yet. I have to buy more stuff. What about have on here? No Death Stranding 2. You can't get 30% off Death Stranding. But you can get 30% off Death Stranding Director's Cut. I mean, they got a lot on here. And 30% off is a pretty good number. All right. I don't know what other showcases are going on today. Find a link. Out. Probably moving it right now. 7th. So we just had this one. Frosty Games Fest. Games made in Australia, and I don't know what that is. We got the Xbox one tomorrow. Probably be a little disappointing. PC Gaming Show, of course. That'll be interesting to see. And then this is the big one here. Join Hideo Kojima plus cast for a live demonstration of Death Stranding 2. Oh, man. All right. Well, this has been a pretty good showcase day. We talked about a lot of things. Good games coming up. Good things to look out for. A lot of them which you can buy right here for 30% off. Oh, I'm in here somewhere, by the way. Here I am. Look at me. All the way at the bottom. Don't worry. We're down here. I like that. I'm glad they reached out about this. You know, I had never heard of them before. When they reached out, I took a look. I said, that's a really nice idea. They're connected with quite a few companies out here. And, you know, very nice to interact with them. Good people, everyone I talked to. Got on a list. Never been on a list before. But now we're on a list. I like that this one spreads 2 lines. They don't have the shorthand like I do. Also, a lot of Twitch preference here. Anyway, go check out these people. You like. I'm going to go eat something. Approaching dinner. I hope everyone's had a wonderful day. Video's going up this week. I'll catch you later. Go play Fishing Clash.